Well, it never fails. You're checking out at one of your favorite stores and they offer you deep discounts, but only if you sign up for one of their store credit cards. So what's the deal? Is it worth it? We checked in with Allison Gormley, who's been looking at this more important than ever this time of year.
Yeah, with the holiday season basically here, we're all looking for ways to save a buck. So is the 20% off worth it in exchange for the credit application? But it might not be. First, the interest rate. Store credit cards most times have a higher APR interest rate than a regular credit card, meaning it's more expensive to borrow money if you don't pay in full.
29.99% was the highest that we found. And actually on those cards, there was no range. That was what everybody was offered regardless of credit quality. So if you carry balance, that's a huge rate.
If it's a 0% introductory rate, look for the term deferred interest next, because if you don't pay it off before the clock runs out,
and they can actually charge you back interest on all the interest that would have accumulated. That can be really, really significant, especially on a big purchase.
Finally, ask what else does the card offer? Some stores might only give out rewards for their stores, while others, like Amazon, give you money back on things like gas. But if it's time you need on a big purchase like an engagement ring or even tires, explore Buy Now, Pay Later programs. Some of those include Affirm, Afterpay, or Klarna. You pick a payment plan with a fixed interest rate, and depending on your credit, it could save you a lot of money. The service will tell you your interest rate and how much that means in dollars.
Ideally, I would say save up, pay in full, avoid any sort of interest, but these would definitely be more affordable ways to finance something if you needed to.
Now, I agree with him. Excess spending usually means to debt, and debt, we don't really want it because it makes borrowing money in the future more expensive.
You know, when Allison speaks in the newsroom, it's like those old E.F. Hutton commercials. We're all like, what is she saying? What tips does she have?
She had us all crowded around her desk yesterday, like, well, what about this? Yeah. Well, can we pay like this? Because I was like, I'm not gonna lie, anytime they say, like, you want to open a card, you can save this percentage, I'm like, yes. I'll take it. If it's over 30%, I'm like, sign me up. But I do try to pay it off. I know, it's probably a nightmare, but a salesperson's dream. But I do pay it off. Like, I pay it off as soon as I open the card. I don't know if that's good.
That's
but
great. You want to pay it off every month, otherwise you pay interest, and interest adds up, and that means less you can buy in the future and penalties.
See, I listen.
All right, so what's the deal with you being on the morning show more and more? I mean, I think you're going to be here a lot. I love that about you.
Well, let's not say a lot. It's pretty early. Maybe you'll see me on occasion. But yeah, so the season of savings is coming up. What we're going to do is tell you about how to stack savings. So think cashback apps on top of store discounts, on top of browsers. It's going to be like a saving, not pyramid scheme, because that's bad, but the good version of that.
You won't be wearing out your
strategy. That was the word.
Strategy. That
well,
works.
we are glad that you set 3 alarms to get up this morning and you made it on time.
And you can check out all of Allison's What's the Deal stories on WTHR.com. They're pretty easy to find. So just click What's the Deal tab at the top of the homepage.